evening and welcome to the first ever innovation competition at the University of Findlay. My name is Doug Jenkins. I'll be your master of ceremonies for tonight. I'm the news director for 1330 WFIN, 100.5 WKXA, and our projector just shut off and somebody walked away with my clicker. We'll get that straightened out. I'm also the station advisor for 88.3 WLFC here at the University of Findlay, and did you take my clicker? Don't take my clicker. And I'm either a 2002 University of Findlay graduate or 2012 graduate, depending on who you ask. Some say I didn't graduate on time. I say I went pro early. I've got my degree. Don't worry about it. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I want to thank our judges for being here. We'll meet them here as we get going with the festivities. We're going to hear some great presentations. Very excited about everything that's going to be happening here tonight. This is a very cool first-time event, and I think you're going to be very impressed with what the students here have come up with. So here's the guidelines for what we'll be doing tonight. There are 3 divisions. The small business division, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Taking a look at Findlay and trying to either do a small business model better or fill a need in the community. Community outreach also pretty self-explanatory, talking about needs that can be filled in the community through a new venture. And then, of course, the new venture category, which is something that isn't being done and these students have found a need for. Each group or individual will have a 2-minute pitch to give their idea. They'll be talking to you. Once they're done with that, they'll have a 3-minute question and answer session with our panel of judges here. Now, the judges are going to rank the participants, but you will also be voting as well because you'll be breaking any ties in the rankings. So make sure you're paying attention. It's part of the reason why I'm also a 2012 graduate. You too can win prizes. We're going to have some raffles in between the divisions, so make sure if you didn't get your ticket out front, slide back there and get that real quick and then get back in here because we're going to be starting soon. And then the winners will be announced at the end of the evening. So our judges tonight, Mr. Ed Hartman here on the far end of the table of the Millstream Angel Club. He had a nice pep talk with all of the students earlier tonight. Ms. Sherry Gardner-Broombaugh of Gardner Transportation right next to him. Mr. Tony Iridia of Findlay Hancock County Economic Development and the Alliance. Findlay Mayor Lydia Mihalik, also a 2002 graduate of the University of Findlay. Not 2012 though, right? Gotcha. And Mr. John Urbanski of the United Way of Hancock County. Let's give a round of applause for our judges. All right, with that said, we're going to get into our first category, and up first is the innovation competition. The first presentation will be Everlasting Video from Jake Miller.
Thank you. Good evening, welcome to the innovation competition, and allow me to start off by introducing you to Everlasting Video. What I propose is a business locally in Hancock County that caters to the videography needs of the people in Hancock County. From my research on uscensus.gov, I found that around 75% of families in Hancock County participate in home videography in some way, whether that's with a video camera, a still photography camera, or on a cell phone, which is the modern technology that we have. In order to do that successfully in today's day and age, you have to have up-to-date technology and knowledge about how to use that technology. And a lot of people don't have that. So right now, the current problems that people face in Hancock County and the rest of the world is, number one, owner's manuals that are lengthy, difficult to read, and difficult to understand. Number two, video equipment that is either out of date or the inability to buy and access up-to-date new technology. So what we're going to do as Everlasting Video is set up a business where we teach people with hands-on learning experience how to utilize all of the functions on their video camera equipment. And that includes accessories like tripods and microphones as well. In addition to that, we're going to offer corporate, business, marketing, and video techniques and training sessions for the people in those corporations then to take that knowledge and move forward. And thirdly, we're going to offer video and photography services so that individuals, corporations, organizations, events in Hancock County can come to us and we will provide video and photography services to those businesses, corporations, and organizations. Where it gets to be interesting is the cost.
Dude, you still have time.
Okay. Okay. So after fiscal year 17, the first year in business, we have a 21% net profit. That is actually around $15,000. After year 2, fiscal year 18, we have a 28% net profit. In fiscal year 19, year 3, we have a 37% net profit. This is because we are running on the wave where video and photography services are needed mostly in the summertime. So people have weddings in June and July and August. Events take place when the weather's nice outside. So then we hire part-time help to help us set up equipment and to utilize the photography and videography equipment.
All right, Jake, we'll have to cut you off there on the presentation. It is time now for the question and answer session with our judges.
I'll go first. What does your competition look like in this arena?
Right now, there is no business that exists like this in Hancock County. So competition is zero other than freelancers, which are virtually untraceable. So.
Is your primary market the commercial market or the soccer moms?
Either or. That's the beauty of this business, because we offer the classes to teach the soccer moms how to get the best video out of their equipment, even if it's just on a cell phone. But then we also take those skills and abilities and knowledge about video equipment to the corporate world as well.
You say that there's no competition here locally. What have you seen in surrounding markets that might be comparable to you, and how are their costs compared to what you do?
Right now, the only video school that I'm aware of is actually for professional videography in the outdoor industry, hunting and fishing, and they teach field production, and their rates are much higher than ours, and they cater to the tri-state area down in southern Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. So.
There's a big gap of equipment from new to old. Mm-hmm. How are you going to service all of those?
Well, the really cool thing is that while technology has advanced and changed, the settings within those cameras haven't changed very much at all. It's just how you access those. And I have personal firsthand experience. I worked directly with UFTV. I was a video intern at the Cleveland Browns, and I actually have my own video company right now. So I know the ins and outs of how cameras work, which then lends me to teach people how to use those equipment as well.
I guess the only other question I would have is,
Yes, sir.
How did you establish the number of customers you would have over the first year and subsequently in the next 2 years?
First of all, I have an existing network within Hancock County, so that I know that there are people who would use this service, and those are people that I factored into it as well. I also took into account that the number of families who have children under the age of 18, because those families are likely to be involved in home video of some sort, even if it is just on a cell phone. And so then they factored into that as well. But most of the research was just done simply by the census organization online. So.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I think we have time for one quick question if a judge wants to squeeze one in here. All right, if not, thank you very much, Jake.
Awesome.
Nice job.
Our next presentation will be from the Hotspot Pizza Shop.
Subway revolutionized the sandwich. Chipotle revolutionized the burrito. Hotspot Pizza Shop is going to revolutionize the artisan pizza. And we all know that Findlay loves its pizza. But the question is, how can we do it? Why us? What makes us different? We can offer premium quality pizzas in under 5 minutes. That's the finest ingredients, the freshest toppings, and the choicest crusts.
We will offer 3 different crusts, 3 sauces, 3 cheeses, 3 proteins, 11 assorted toppings, and 2 sauce swirls. These can produce over 2,300 different combinations of pizza made especially for you. This can all be done in 5 minutes or less, just enough time to check out, grab a drink, and sit down. Findlay is one of the hottest spots to open up a restaurant, according to the industry trade publication of Restaurant Business 2016. We will become the hottest place for fast casual dining in Findlay. Pizza, quite possibly the perfect food, but until now has not been practical for a quick dining experience. For lunch or dinner, Hotspot Pizza will not only make your pizza practical, but personalized.
So, no more sandwiches, no more burritos. Let's start downtown Findlay's pizza revolution with freshness, quality, and in under 5 minutes. Hotspot Pizza Shop. What can we make for you today?
Now we have 3 minutes for questions from the judges.
Well, I guess for me, the obvious first question.
Okay, wait. Okay, time out first. So, you know, he's like pizza expert.
Ooh,
So
this is exciting.
you weren't introduced to him as such, but he is. So
I'm excited to be in your company.
wow, wow.
No, it's not a big deal. But
It is a very big deal.
I'm treating it as a big deal.
give them extra time. So my first question, as I read through, great program that you put together. Please explain the oven that you plan to use, because obviously that's must be a new thing in the industry.
Yeah, so there are actually ovens out there. You know what convection ovens are, I assume. So there are convection-style spinning ovens that are out in the industry now that when they've done tests, they can actually make a 10-inch crust with toppings and your cheeses in about 90 seconds. Now that has to be fresh toppings. You can't just put like a frozen pizza in there. And that's why we have a very transparent open line, so you can see us making your pizza. And then it can also make a 7-inch in about 67 to 75 seconds. And what we're doing is, as a starter, there's actually little ovens. So you can put about 2 of them in at a time, and it spins it, and the air's blowing, and then there's a little timer that goes off, and in about 90 seconds, it's ready.
So how many pizzas can you put in the oven at once?
So we have, each oven fits 2 in, and then we have 5 of those ovens in the front line, so it can do 10, and then we have 3 ovens, so it can fit 6 pizzas in the back, just in case we get a carry-out order.
Great.
So describe to me the market in downtown Findlay. Obviously, pizza is something that, you know, not even in downtown Findlay, but in all of Findlay is something that's very popular. So tell me why you believe that the Hotspot Pizza Shop would be unique for you to be able to pursue as a startup business in the Flag City.
Got it. I think it would be unique because all of the pizza shops in Findlay, it's either carry out, you can't really dine in, and if you can dine in, you have to wait a long time for your pizza. Sure. So it's very unique because you can get your food fast, and it's a casual place just to get your pizza. And the only other place kind of like it is Main Street Deli, which they do sandwiches. So it'd be kind of similar to that in style.
So let's say that you have a half-an-hour lunch break. You want pizza, or you just want something maybe other than Main Street Deli. As amazing as it is, you know, having a sandwich every day might get a little boring over time. So you can go to a place like Hotspot Pizza Shop. You can get your pizza to you in about 5 minutes, and then you can sit, you can enjoy. The location that we have laid out is actually the former The Cupboard, which is right across from the courthouse, and it actually has a little a little patio area, so you can, you know, sit out, enjoy your pizza for a little bit before returning to your daily routine.
Very good.
All right, that's all the time. All right.
Just
All right,
one
pizza
last
aficionado,
question.
make it quick.
Because
He's the pizza whiz.
I mean, I had a whole bunch of questions, but that's the one last question. Your dough and your crust and your sauce, are those fresh made or are those purchased?
Fresh made. You
So
have to.
you'll make your own dough and your,
Well, okay, so the dough that we have is coming from a distributor out of Michigan. They actually
Okay,
sell
so
them
you're gonna
in
buy dough balls?
Yes, buy dough balls, but the signature crust, which is the garlic and herb crust, we would actually put the garlic and herbs in there and make that unique to us. The sauces, the cheeses, everything else is something that we would either make homemade or we would buy local.
All right. Plenty of time to talk more pizza afterwards with John. I'm sure he
yeah.
has
Thank you.
many
Thank you,
more
John.
questions for you. Thank you very much, ladies.
thank you.
Oh, I love it.
I'm really big.
We get a shirt?
Thank you.
That's
Nice to meet you.
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, our
Testing.
next presentation
Testing.
is going to be the
Test.
Beauty
Test.
Bus from Tyler Atkins and Christy Wickeser.
Do you feel like you get enough me time?
Are there days at the office that just really stress you out?
With work, kids, and everything else in between, how's there ever any time left over for you guys? That's where we come in. We're here to give you more time for your me time.
We are
The Beauty Bus.
A game changer in the beauty industry, we are a salon on wheels.
We'll be leading the beauty industry in the areas of convenience, flexibility, ease, and of course, fun.
So buckle up and get ready for the cosmetic experience of a lifetime. Hi there, I'm Christy Wickheiser,
And I'm Tyler Atkins.
and we understand the struggles of not having a convenient, practical solution for your cosmetic needs. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to drive to the salon, but instead have the salon come to you? Well, the Beauty Bus provides this value of having salon services when and where you need them.
That's right. We are where our customers need us, when they need us, with services like manicures, pedicures, spray tans, and massages. In order to be at the right place at the right time, we'll be located in business districts during lunch hours and after work, located at outdoor sporting events in the evenings, and be available for party rentals on the weekends.
The Beauty Bus is not only a party hosting, nail painting, smile starting experience, but it is also a sound business investment. By fiscal year 3, our projected revenue streams will increase by approximately $200,000, and we will profit 22 cents for every dollar that we bring in.
The Beauty Bus is ready to change the world of cosmetology as we know it. This is your chance to climb aboard a beauty expedition unlike anything you have experienced before. The time is now as the bus is gearing up to roll out of the station. So climb aboard, grab a seat, sit back and relax as you enjoy your time on the Beauty Bus.
Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions for us?
I'm ready for the beauty bus. And let's be serious. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
In order to draw someone to your particular product, I mean, what are you looking for in terms of the market to be able to excite people about what you have to offer here? I mean, what is it that is different about the beauty bus that you can't get at a phenomenal salon in
Right.
town?
Yeah, so to draw people in, we're going to utilize social media. Our demographic is very popular on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll also have billboards located in the areas in which we plan to frequently stop. So that'll give us our very own beauty bus station, so to speak. As far as what separates us from the rest of the competition, you know, yeah, we provide the salon services just like everyone else does, but there is nothing that's going to replicate the experience, convenience, and ease that you get that accompanies with the beauty bus being right at your place of work, you know, while your son or daughter is having a soccer game or something like that. So that really gives you the opportunity to fit something into your schedule that you may not be able to otherwise.
And like with what Tyler said, us being at these locations, it's so much easier for people. They don't have to make an appointment and then have to cancel last second and say, yo, I had a meeting come up. They can come right to the beauty bus and then get their services done.
So how are you going to handle those clients who show up but can't get in right away? I mean, the bus is only so big, right?
Right.
So how are you going, what is going to be your strategy to continue to draw them in at the next soccer event?
Right, so right now we have 3 stations planned out for our manicures, and the person will actually sit outside and get their nails done by the person inside, and we'll have 2 pedicure chairs, a massage table, and then a spray tan area. So I would say that our eventual plan is to expand and have more than 1 bus, but for right now, I think for the most part, people are going to come and go at different times, so I think that's how we would handle the people that come.
In addition to that, the customers do have the convenience and opportunity to go through our website and do online booking as well to ensure that they get a spot on this poppin' bus.
It's very good.
I guess my one question would be, in your pro forma, did you take the weather into consideration? In fact, that 5, 6, 7 months out of the year may be too cold to sit outside?
Definitely.
Or the rain and those things. And then the second part of that is, how do you fit a tanning booth, spray tanning booth, inside of a bus like this?
Okay, well, for your first part, we actually have it available where we can put chairs inside too, and then have the stations there. So we did plan out for that. We also did plan in our budget that those seasons are probably going to be a little bit lower. And as far as your second part, we're actually going to have like a little tent, and it's easy to spray tan a person. I've been spray tanned before. I don't know if you have.
I haven't.
But it's not. It doesn't take up
Have
much.
you?
No, I don't need the spray.
It doesn't take up very much room.
We are
at
very
all.
diverse on the panel.
Yeah, it doesn't take up very much room in the bus at all.
Also, the blueprints for the allocation of space is in one of the last exhibits in the business plan that you have there as well.
Just a question, under your pro forma and your revenue, how many clients per year are you looking, or how many clients per week are you considering here?
So that does vary again with the seasons and things like that. We predict in fiscal year 1 a total of $240,000 in revenue. And that is based off of a certain percentage in manicures and pedicures. Manicures is our most common and will draw the largest customer base because of the amount of stations we have. And then it descends down from manicures being the most popular amount of customers to pedicures, spray tans, and then massages as well.
All right, we'll let Sherry squeeze in one more question here real quick.
Wheels being a big part of my business, I know that there's maintenance and there's replacement. And I noticed in your profit and loss statement, those aren't taken into account. So I would consider, when you do launch this business, you take those into consideration.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The Beauty Bus.
Nice job, guys. Bravo, you're welcome. Bravo, nice job.
All right, that brings us to our last contestant here in the small business category, the Woolen Wagon.
Yeah. I should turn that off.
Okay. All right, thank you everyone for coming tonight. My business is the Woolen Wagon, and I create needle-felted animal sculptures. And not a lot of people know what that is, so I'm going to go a little bit in depth about what exactly needle felting is. But first, I started creating needle-felted sculptures in 2012, and then I started selling them in 2013 on an online site called Etsy. So needle felting is the process of compacting wool with a barbed needle, and you can do many different things with this, but I like to make sculptures with it. This is a parrot that I made through needle felting. The first step in making a sculpture is using a wire armature, and I make these out of aluminum wire, and then the next step is starting to add the wool. And so these are the work in progress pictures for Lola the macaw. This is after I started adding some wool, and this starts building up the sculpture. And then the next step is starting to add the details, and for this step I use a fine wool and I use a finer needle. And then that's the finished sculpture. And no matter what kind of animal I'm making, I always use the same basic steps to make each animal. All right. These are examples of some of the commissions that I've done in the past. Most of my sculptures that I make are from commissions. These are some of the wild animals I make. Sometimes people order their favorite animal or an animal that has a special meaning to them. I also do people's pets for them. And a lot of people order memorial sculptures for pets that have passed away. Here's a couple of examples of pets that I've done in the past. So sculptures make up most of my revenue for my business right now, but recently I have started selling needle felting supplies through my Etsy shop, and in the future that's how I'd like to expand my business, is start selling a wider variety of supplies. And I'd also like to start teaching more classes. This is a picture from a class that I taught in Texas a couple weeks ago, and these are all the students creating their animals, and so I'd like to start offering classes to local people in Ohio as well. So if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So how do people hear about you? Do you have a storefront? Are you going to have more of a website presence?
Well, currently, I market mostly through Facebook. I get almost all of my sales through Facebook, and then I complete the transactions through either PayPal or Etsy. But in the future, I'd like to purchase my own website to work off of.
So your clientele aren't just from Hancock County?
Right, yeah, I've sold animals all over the world.
So how long have you been in business?
I started selling in 2013.
Okay, and what's your annual revenue in, say, 15?
In 2015?
Yes.
I made about $7,000.
Okay. That was total revenue?
Yes.
That was prior to expenses?
I'm sorry, prior to expenses is about $12,000.
So if you try and scale this and really grow the company, how many can you produce in a year?
Right.
And what will you do if more are ordered than you have the capacity?
Currently, it takes me about 2 or 3 days, depending on the animal. This one's a lot larger than most of my animals. Most of my animals are about 8 inches long, and they only take me 2 to 3 days, depending on what the animal is, and that's also going to school full-time. So if I was doing this full-time, I could probably make 3 to 4 animals a week. And right now I have a waiting list. That's how I'm dealing with that right now. I have a waiting list of about 24 animals right now. So people pay a deposit, and then when I finish their animal, they complete the payment.
Do you know what your cost is per animal?
Most of my animals, the 8-inch animals, it's about $10.
And what do you sell them for?
They range anywhere from $250 to $400 for the smaller animals.
Questions if you'd like to ask any more.
So do you charge them now for this class also? So I heard you just went to Texas. So do you charge them for your time and your expenses to go down there?
Yeah, for this class, it was actually offered at another shop that's in Texas, so she handled, they paid her, and then the owner of that store just paid me a daily fee. But if I were to offer my own classes, I would charge each student per day, depending on the project we're working on.
So how long was this session?
This was a
weekend?
2-day class.
2-day class? Okay.
Any more questions from the judges? All right, the Woolen Wagon.
Thank you.
All right, thank
It's raffle time? All right, well, let's do that.
4 giveaways.
All right.
Should be, I'm not presenting, no, I'm just here to give away cash.
What does that look like as a business model, just giving away cash? Is that not very profitable? No.
Just one, yeah.
It wouldn't take too much wool on the top of my head. All right, we're looking for number 194031. You've won a $25 gift card. Come on up.
Let's verify.
I think we're good. Okay. All right. This is a $50 gift card to 194029. There we go. Let's shuffle them up a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. And we have another raffle here. What are we giving away here? This is another $50 gift card to 194005. 005. I didn't hear anybody. I think I get to claim it then. Oh, wait, no? All right. Congratulations. And here is the big one for 100. 194057. Come on down. Real quick before we go meet the judges. Yes. And some pocket lint, too. If you don't have a ballot, put your hand up because, again, the audience balloting will break ties, should there be any. And we'll be around and we'll get you a ballot. Just put your hand up and we'll get you one. All right, let's meet a couple of our judges here before we get to the community outreach portion. First, Ed Hartman of the Millstream Angel Club. Ed, you're big with entrepreneurship. This has got to be sort of the Wild West time when it comes to starting your own business. The brick and mortar model has kind of been broken down. We already heard a couple of sort of tech-centered of proposals. This is fairly new. What do you see with this?
Grounded in reality.
It's not loud. It's not. I'm louder than everybody. It's my fault, really.
Is that better?
That'll work.
There you go. No, what I was saying is I think that these are great ideas grounded in a good foundation where they can grow. The ability for the individuals and the students to come up here and share that is amazing. Some of these some of these students are young. They're just out of school, and how they've thought through the process of a company and how to build it is a pretty amazing idea.
Well, John Urbanski I'm losing my clicker, and without my clicker and script, I'm worthless. There we go, the United Way. I knew that, but it's not on my script, so I lost my train of thought.
True.
John, let's talk a little bit about that with the youth of some of these contestants here today. That's got to be very encouraging to see them want to get involved in the economy at such an early age.
Well, I think it's really outstanding. And the thing that I'm an entrepreneur, always have been, even though I play this role now. And the key to being a successful entrepreneur, one of them, is to have a passion for what you do. And obviously, each one of these contestants is passionate about their plan of action. They're good opportunities. They need to just always be there and work them, and I think they'll be just very successful.
And for both of you, the ideas we've already seen, fairly diverse too. I mean, it'd be real easy to focus on one sector, whether it be food or technology or something like that, but we've already seen a wide-ranging span.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at their performance, they believe that they can show a good return on investment. That's what investors are looking for. But another key thing that investors look for are the people that are behind the idea. Are they going to work diligently in their business and on their business at the same time? And so far, what I've seen tonight, I think that if these individuals were to take their ideas to the next step, that they would probably be successful.
All right. You don't want to add anything about pizza or anything real quick?
No, nothing about
Pizza
pizza.
in
But
Hancock
interestingly enough, if you look at them, at least 3 are really geared towards a service industry of some fashion, and that's an ever needed area of work. And I think that they come at it from different perspectives, and it'll be interesting to see where they take them.
Got to use a little elbow grease in the service industry. All right, let's move along as we did the audience raffle. So we'll move along in the innovation competition now to community outreach. And our first contestant, Resolve Health and Fitness.
Thank you. Hi, I want you to meet Simon. Simon wants to become a brain surgeon, so he asks for some advice on how to achieve this goal. And here's what he found. In order to become a brain surgeon, all he has to do is read a trendy brain surgeon magazine, Google search some fads, and occasionally go to the library. By doing this, he'll become a successful brain surgeon, right? I know what you're thinking. This is nonsense. How can anyone become a brain surgeon by following a few tips and trends? That's absurd. And you're absolutely right to think that, so I'll ask the question. Why do we follow this kind of advice when it comes to our own health? Follow the latest trends, try a new fad diet, occasionally try to make it to the gym, hoping that we'll meet our goal, just like Simon was hoping to meet his goal. But what about the facts? What about effective methods? Resolve Health and Fitness is here to bring clarity to this issue. Resolve Health and Fitness is not a gym. It's an organization that provides resources to the community so that they can confidently pursue and achieve their fitness goals. Here are some of the resources at Resolve: nutrition education, personalized training programs, workshops that help you plan for success, personal training tutorials and guidance, and effective strategies for how to approach your goals. This service will greatly benefit the community. If people approach health and fitness with this mindset, using effective methods and having a plan, imagine the improvement in overall health and well-being that we would see in this community. Resolve Health and Fitness. Thank you.
Can you go back the screen?
Yes. Right here.
Okay, so tell me how all of this works.
Yeah, so these are all different methods that will help them achieve their goals. So the nutrition education sessions will be held hopefully 3 times weekly is the goal, where members can come and learn the facts about nutrition. Mostly what they hear going around is the fads, the popular ideas of maybe a magical supplement or a magical product that's going to help them achieve their goal. But here they're going to come and learn the facts about nutrition. The personalized training programs are actual exercise programs and strength training programs that will help them meet their goals. Workshops, planning for success, we all know that you can hear about something, but if you don't make a plan, you're not going to meet your goal. So we're here to help them plan for success. Personal training, it's really teaching them how to exercise and how to strength train for their goals. And the strategies basically are going to help them know how to approach their goals.
So how do I pay you for all these services?
Yeah, so there's a very affordable membership fee of $14.90 a month, and that can be memberships. You can sign up for membership online or at the sessions. $14.90 a month is very affordable, so we are, in addition to the membership fees, we'll generate revenue through grants and donations as well.
Okay.
Yes.
How does this differ from the current personal trainer trend or the different workout programs like CrossFit and things like that?
One of the biggest things is this is based on facts and not fads. See, a lot of program developers, they know or they've heard about effective methods, but they tend to sway towards what's popular and what's trendy so that they can attract more customers. But to me, what's attractive is when you see results 3 months later or 6 months later, and you're seeing results. So that's how we're going to attract people in the long run, is when people start seeing results from these programs, and they're not just something really attractive or trendy.
So how, I think to all of the different opportunities that we have, particularly in the Findlay-Hancock County market, and I think of, a very proud University of Findlay grad in Jim Steffen, who is very unique in the way that he sells the product of functional fitness. It's something that you really want to be a part of. There's something there that draws the customer to the product. What are you going to do that will help promote the customer, that brings them to your door, that makes them feel as though this is a unique strategy that you've put in place and they're going to want to be a part of the movement that you're putting together here?
Yeah, so content marketing is going to be one of the big factors in attracting people to this. So promoting things on social media and online, but not just advertisements to come here, but actually giving them a taste of what kind of information and facts that they're going to learn at these sessions. It's going to give them some advice that they can look at and see that it is effective. And that's going to draw them to come to the first session. And then they're going to see how that session goes. And I really think from there, they're really just going to be attracted to the idea of effective methods and not just trendy methods.
Tony, we'll let you slide one in if you make it quick.
So this is basically web-based, where people will go on, they'll get their training program, and they'll keep track of what they're doing, how they're doing, getting there. And then the other part of it is more of an educational program, because I didn't see anything in here about bricks and mortar with weight machines and all of the kinds of training equipment that a personal trainer or those things
Yeah,
would
so
use.
it's not a gym. A lot of the resources will be online, but they can also come to learn in session. So they'll be able to learn about the programs in session, but no, it's not a gym. They're not going to come and do exercises there. What they're going to come and learn what to do in the gym and what to do with their diet.
All right. Thank you very much, Garrett. Resolve Health and Fitness. Our next entrant in the community outreach program, Findlay Block Party.
When a student chooses a university, they're not just choosing some place for the classes or the professors or the extracurriculars. They're choosing a community that they want to live in for the next 4 to 6 years of their life. And this can pose interesting, unique problems, especially for the students that choose the University of Findlay. Students are mostly new to the university, new to the Findlay community. A lot of us are from out of town. The university is known for a lot of big, outstanding programs, and that draws people from all over the country. And because of this, students are not familiar with where businesses are located. Sure, somebody can tell you where Walmart or where MiHer is, but Great Scott's a little harder to find. Millennials also have this unique fact about them, is that they want to go safe places with safe people. They're uncomfortable being uncomfortable, so they're going to avoid situations where they feel this, and going new, strange places is one of those things. This can cause issues for businesses because they don't have an established relationship with these new students, and they don't have a chance to establish these new relationships. Because of this, they have limited brand awareness among students, and they're losing potential sales. The solution to this is the Findlay Block Party that would take place September 10th, 2016, strategically placed after Labor Day weekend so that the majority of students will still be on campus because they just left campus to go home for Labor Day. It will take place at the Kohler Fitness Center, specifically on the intramural field and in the parking lot. In the parking lot, businesses will have the opportunity to set up a booth, a table, a tent, something that will give them a chance to talk to students. In the intramural field, they'll have the option to sponsor events such as the mechanical bull, Velcro walls, Twister, and the Euro bungee jump as the top sponsorship. Music will be provided by the local radio station here at the university.
All right, 3 minutes for questions.
I think what I would say is this definitely fills a major need that we've identified from an economic development standpoint, that students at the University of Findlay love the university, love the campus, but don't even know what's downtown. And so we've always tried to do that. So this would fill that kind of need. The question that I have is that in your pro forma, it shows $65,000 in gross revenue. Where would that revenue come from? Break that down for us.
The revenue comes from the businesses are paying for what they get. So if they want just a table and chairs, they're going to pay for a table and chairs. If they want a tent, then they'll pay for the tent. For the sponsorships, everything will be a flat line. For example, the Twister is $200, so that sponsor would pay $200 just for the Twister. Now the booths will have a little bit of a surcharge on them, and this will cover any unforeseen expenses or other expenses such as security. and any of the leftover funds from this event will then be put into a fund for the next event. So this event is self-sustaining, and the businesses pay for what they get.
So how many downtown businesses then would you expect to take advantage of this marketing opportunity?
The parking lot that we have will have room for about 120 booths. Now, we want to target businesses that have already members of the Chamber of Commerce because they have a heightened sense of community already. Members of the Chamber, when I went through and targeted the ones that I believed would be interested, I had about 118, and 32 of those were restaurants that would provide food, or that would have the option to provide food throughout the event.
Just a quick question. Have you spoken to university administration, and have they signed off on the idea and approved the idea?
I have not yet. That is the next step in this project.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you truly trying to get this done for September 10th?
That is the original goal. If we run into some unforeseen issues because of timelines for summer and everything and people going on vacation, we can push it out.
But you want to do this?
I do. Yep.
About 30 seconds if anybody wants to squeeze a question in.
Where are you going to get volunteers, or you have enough students that you think you have a network of students that will help you man all the different stations?
I was going to approach our Student Government Association. They're known for putting on events like this. Also, our Student Activities Committee has a number of faculty and student workers that work with them that I believe would be interested in this event.
Erin, great to see you again.
You
What
too.
an exciting event that you have planned. I echo Tony's sentiments in that this is something that, as a community, I think we would fully embrace. Have you had any thoughts and or communication with businesses, not necessarily in the downtown, but just in the city of Findlay, that are willing to potentially partner in this endeavor? And are they looking to be able to market to college students to bring them closer to their business?
As far as reaching out to businesses that would be interested, I did not do that yet because I did not want to propose an event that wasn't going to happen. Sure. I wanted to make sure that this was a for sure thing before I reached out to them. As far as our suppliers go, I have reached out to them, and I know that they have what we need. You'll notice that there's like Delphus tents and awnings and tents and stuff, and that's because Delphus tents and awning has enough tables and chairs for us, but not enough tents, and then tents and awning has enough tents, but not enough tables.
Sure, okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Erin. The Findlay Block Party. Moving along in the community outreach category, we now move on to, I knew I was going to hit a button when I grabbed that, solar sustenance. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you. All right, hi. My name is John Davis.
And I'm Sean Stockmaster.
And we're here to talk to you guys today about our idea of solar sustenance. So solar sustenance was really hatched from our response to really the shocking stats of lack of global access to clean water. The CDC, Center for Disease Control rather, estimated that over 800,000 children throughout the world under age 5 die of diarrheal-related diseases every year. That's over 2,200 children dying each day. Now, these are mostly in developing countries, but 88% of these deaths can be directly related to a lack of a clean way to purify water and for consumption, hygiene, and sanitation purposes. So that's really what drove us to come up with this and to find a way that could be most effective for the least amount of money, and we could really make a dent and make the biggest difference we could possible. So solar sustenance was born from this.
Our solution from this was to use a highly magnifying power of a Fresnel lens to focus on the water and distill it. Distillation has been proven to be able to desalinate water, remove bacteria, and even heavy metals like lead. But this is going to be powered by the sun, so we have a renewable source of energy to be able to purify water. So we had the solution, and we needed a way to fund it, so we created a multi-sided market.
So basically, with our market, we have two parts to it. The macro scale unit is going to be what we actually send overseas or anywhere locally. It could be in like Flint, Michigan, anywhere with issues with purification of water. That's going to be a larger unit with a much larger lens, larger than this one, more powerful, and it can highly and efficiently distill large amounts of water at once.
The microscale unit is what we have here today for the prototype. Virtually the same thing, only shrunken down for portable use. This will be for sold to U.S. like for survivalists, and will fund the macro scale product.
So basically, we hope not to measure success of solar sustenance in dollars, but in lives changed and lives saved.
Gentlemen, in an era where drinking water is obviously, and quality of drinking water is obviously on the front stage of most major media outlets, how does your product conform and or not conform with high EPA standards for drinking water?
Well, distillation, really, it's like, so the process removes all solvents from the water. And water bottle companies like Nestle, for example, we saw, their main version of purifying water is through distillation. So it removes all solvents from water and evaporates it and then recondenses it. And using just the sun, renewable resource, that's about, yeah.
And so you're just planning on people just taking your word for it, that you have quality drinking water to sell to them?
We plan on getting the water tested and verifying its validity and coming with the product, obviously, so we could prove that it's legit.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess on that same lines, I was looking through pro forma or through your presentation, and nowhere did it even talk about product liability insurance, because obviously if it doesn't work the way you say it does and somebody dies from it,
yes, sir.
How do you address that part?
Well, our plan is to, once all the products have been made and the final product has been formed, is to, like Sean said, get it tested, get it reliably tested after the patent's been installed in order for, when used properly, to be 100% effective.
So would you say that you're kind of in that incubation stage where you've got a good idea, but you have to prove it out a little bit more, kind of through a demonstration stage, and once you demonstrate the quality of water is good, then you kind of go to that next stage?
Yeah, well, even with our prototype here, we haven't yet proved the actually water has been tested, but we have had successful results, and we've had very encouraging results of pure water, and the process of distillation instills that just the purified water comes out and is recondensed in a separate container.
Right.
We recreated our experiment in the lab, and as you can see, this is from Blanchard Valley, and it's not very, you wouldn't want to drink this at all, and the clean water is after the distillation, so.
Is that a true test?
With the distillation, it wasn't with our prototype here. We're working on.
We were working in cloudy Ohio days, so.
Very nice.
So what motivated you interest in this subject?
Well, sort of just the stats are shocking, to say the least. The stats around the world, going on the screen, they're shocking. And we had kind of been interested in different portions of this. We kind of put it together, and we're like, wow, this could potentially, they're very powerful lenses, potentially make a big impact, which is the goal.
All right, we are out of time with the questions and answers. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Solar Sustenance. All right, that will bring us to our next one, UFoods. And Lane will be out here in just a moment. We'll meet our other judges coming up, and of course, remember to pay close attention, fill out your ballots, as you'll be breaking any ties tonight. Take it away, Lane.
Awesome, thank you very much. Testing. Hello, my name is Lane Kleilein, and my company is UFoods. When I first stepped onto the university here 3 years ago as a freshman, I made it my mission to make a positive impact on the university, not only as an athlete, but as a student as well. Currently, there are over 4,200 students attending the University of Findlay. My fellow classmates and I all suffer from the same problem. There's no on-campus grocery store for us to shop at. And with our busy schedules, it's a hassle to travel across town to search through these busy stores and then wait in long lines to just simply check out. Many students on campus and international students don't have transportation or cars to even get to these stores. Also, I have noticed a lack of opportunities for real work experience that our students are suffering from. UFoods has a solution for all of these problems. UFoods is an online grocery store that is available to our students 24/7. Students will simply go online, select their items or their groceries, and they'll be delivered directly to their doors. UFoods is working with the dining services and the university to allow students to use bonus bucks, which is in their meal plan, to purchase these groceries. UFoods also offers work experience for student workers here on the university campus. Workers will gain valuable experience through e-commerce, logistics, financing, and operations, as well as other skills that will be valuable to them after they graduate and go into the real world. UFoods is also offering a tuition repayment plan for its on-campus workers if they choose to be paid that way. This is a model of our website. You can see that students can simply go over there and browse their groceries, select their groceries, and then it'll show up in their cart. Students will then simply click checkout, select their dorms, and then it'll be delivered directly to their door.
All right, 3 minutes for questions.
Okay, so my good friend Michael Needler, who runs Great Scots in town, is a big fan of talking to me about what margins are. So tell me about margins and your understanding of margins when it relates to grocery shopping for college students.
Okay, so one thing that is going to be difficult for UFoods is to, it's not something that we're trying to make a profit off. It is something that is for the students. It's a benefit for the students. So we're going to try and keep our prices as low as possible. That way students will come to us for the benefits. It's not something that is more of a profit. It's more of a community thing for the students, a benefit for the students. So our margins are going to be a little bit lower. Our margins for year one is about 7%, and then margins for year two is 6%, and we'll have about a profit of about $10,000 the first year and about $15,000 the second year.
Thank you.
So if I order this online, where do the individuals go buy it at? Are you going to inventory all of this?
Yes, so we're going to have a warehouse on campus. We're going to build a 1,400 square foot warehouse, and the student, they'll select it online, and then they'll set a delivery time, and then we will deliver their order directly to their door, their house, their apartment, wherever they're located within our delivery area.
What will be the criteria for the products that you carry?
That's a really good question. We're going to do a lot of market research and really find out what the students kind of like and dislike, especially since we have some international students and other things like that. We'll definitely have to do a lot of research into it. But one thing that I've already found out was that students want something that they can take to class. So if you have something like a to-go snack, kind of like here with our Pringles, we have a set package. So that's something that they can put in their backpack and take to class, and that would be better than a full can that's difficult to carry to class.
Our family business at Garner Trucking, we built our business on grocery. And my father always said, when the times get tough, people don't necessarily buy cars, but they still eat. Mm-hmm. So it's a good area to go into, and I commend you for researching this. I would caution you on warehousing food, and make sure when you're doing your research, especially your frozen foods or your temperature-controlled foods, that you research how things are taken care of. And I didn't see much of that in your presentation.
Okay.
And also, you need to make sure of expiration dates on food, too.
Okay, that was one thing that we were looking into. In my budgets, I actually have some walk-in refrigerators and things like that to store food in the warehouse. And one thing that we were looking to do with expired food was to donate it to the local pantries and things like that before it expires, if it's been on the shelf.
In those same lines, I know you have the 1,600 square foot warehouse, and in the pro forma, it looks like you're going to build it for $14,000. And nowhere does it say whose land are you going to build that on? Is that going to be on university land? And I just, especially if you're doing frozen foods, $14,000 is not going to get you very far in that building.
Well, there is a location that I've looked into just about a couple hundred yards off of campus on Howard Street. It's a wide open spot and it's for sale. I think it's close to an acre almost of land there. And so that's where I was going to put the warehouse. And as far as the $1,400, that was just for the cost to build the building, or build the building, and then I had freezer costs as well in there, which was about $6,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you off on that one. We're well past the 3 minutes. It's not a political debate where you guys try and slam your comments in after I call for it. Lane, thank you very much.
Thank you.
UFoods.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There will be plenty of time for our judges to meet with our entrants and our contestants here afterwards too. So, all right. Moving along next, we have commitment to veterans. We'll get the presentation up here in just one moment. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah, and today I'd like to talk to you about commitment to veterans. So 5 years ago, one of my neighbors was hit by an improvised explosive device in Afghanistan and nearly lost his life. However, I would like to talk about his dedication, and he was really determined to live. And now I'd like to talk to you about commitment to veterans, if my video will work. What questions do you have for me?
Okay, so first of all, very admirable for what you're trying to accomplish here. Second, I know that one of the biggest things that we deal with as a community is being able to identify those who have served our country and may or may not be in need of assistance and or willing to take assistance from a community in our country that is thankful for all that they have done. How do you foresee you being able to market and or attract veterans so that they can receive the assistance that they desperately need?
So we do want to talk to the Hancock County Veterans Program, as well as use social media and develop commercials for the local area. So that's how we would like to market our business to all of our veterans and hopefully reach a wide number of them.
Of course, in today's market, because I think our country and our communities are trying to become much more veteran-friendly, and there are a lot of different opportunities, what will set you apart from the different programs that currently exist, or how can you supplement those programs?
So we are supplementing the Hancock County Veterans Program. We want to be able to go farther and do what they may not be able to do. So we want to provide them or assist them in receiving an education, finding a job, all of that stuff. We also, what's different about us is when our members file a insurance claim, we will go ahead and pay out on their claim so they will not have to wait, which is the #1 complaint for insurance. So we want to make sure that they can get the care they need in a timely manner. And we are also very customer friendly. We want to offer 24/7 customer service. We just want to have the highest convenience to our veterans.
With your pro forma, you obviously show in the first couple of years, losses, and I assume that you would be getting grants and loans and participation and things like that. How do you account for your revenue over that time period? What, like the first year it's 69,000 and third year 409. Where's that money actually coming from?
So we are going to look at possibly receiving gifts from local corporations, and I actually spoke to several professors here who advised me about how many veterans may be interested in joining. So we're going to charge a $30 membership fee, but we're hoping to find sponsors to pay these fees for our veterans, and most of our revenue will be generated from our membership fees.
Okay. All the time for questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commitment to veterans. All right, we're going to do another round of raffles here in just a moment. But first, a little bit more on our judges for this evening's festivities. Findlay Mayor Lydia Mihalik. Well, I'll let you go ahead, do your voting first.
I'm always ready for you.
All right, you ready for questions? That's
fine. When the press calls, you answer.
I like to hear that.
Well, you should, because I always answer you when you call.
All right, so we've heard a lot of great presentations so far, and a lot of focus on Findlay, and not just from people who come from this area. Some from Michigan and beyond, I believe, when we were talking earlier, even someone from New Hampshire, Ed. That's got to make you feel pretty good that they want to be involved in the business community in the city of which they're going to school.
I think one of the things we like to talk about a lot is the impact and the value that the University of Findlay brings to the Findlay community. And I think this is just a great example of the desire and the willingness for those who call Findlay their home for maybe just 4 years and or more, depending on whether or not they're going to seek that graduate education. I think it's just kind of the culture that exists here at the university. It's one of service. And I think that's exuded by the students that are here, the staff that is in place. And it's just a really encouraging commitment to a community that depends so much upon a university that provides so much need. And it's just exciting to be able to witness all that take place. So thank you.
Absolutely. Mr. Tony Iridia of the Findlay-Hancock County Alliance, the Economic Development Director. Tony, I heard the M word in one of the presentations, millennials. You and I have talked a lot about reaching millennials through businesses and the changing landscape that is. What have you heard here so far that maybe approaches that demographic in a unique way?
Well, as you know, Doug, I'm very shy.
I know.
I wouldn't.
That's what I always tell people about you.
No, Findlay and Hancock County has such a changing demographic. With Marathon Petroleum Corporation now headquartered on Main Street, all of the folks that look like me are going out the door, and all the folks that look like her are coming in the door. That's the changing landscape here in the community. We were a great place for raising your children and having a great job. And now we've got to really turn to the universities because we have all of these jobs now that need great students coming out of here, and the one thing that we really want is we want the students coming out of here to stay here because we now have the jobs to be able to provide them.
Thank you, Tony. And Ms. Sherry Garner-Brumbaugh of Garner Transportation. Sherry, you come from an interesting perspective in logistics, and that's something that probably was maybe the most difficult component for these projects to factor in is what are the logistics that I need to make this work? We've got people shipping things across the world. Like you said, you've got your tires that you have to account for on some of these. How have they done so far? What would be your advice in taking that into account?
Well, what I found interesting in many of the presentations, the need for transportation, and one of the most difficult components is transporting goods or getting my goods to market or getting my supplies so that I can make whatever I'm trying to make. So transportation is a integral part of any business, small, medium, or large. So it's great to see that it's part of these presentations and it's talked about. And logistics, it's just more than supply chain. Also, it's about coming together and collaborating and trying to find out how to do things efficiently and effectively and economically and being innovative. And if the better you do that, maybe along the way you'll make a buck. And if you do it really, really well, you'll make $2. So that's the whole idea. And when you're in business, is to make a buck or two. And then I get one to John. That's right.
You make $2 and then you give it all to John.
That's right.
At the
Fill out your United Way thing in October.
But I'm really, really excited. The students, the College of Business is a very important part of our community and the university as well. It's exciting to see what's going on here.
All right, now we're going to get into our raffles again.
Ooh, Tyson.
Let's bring up Vanna White here.
Free money. So you're like Bernie Sanders.
Oh, wow.
I feel the burn.
All right, for $25 gift card, 194026. 026. Congratulations. All right, this would be for, oh wait, no, you're giving me the other one. He about won two on accident. Is this for 50? This is for 50 for 194020. 020, front row. But this side of the room is kind of cleaning up right now.
What's going on? They're all leaning to the right.
Wow, that's two in a row.
Yeah.
Bum.
All right.
On the left, here it comes.
For $50, 194053. Can we break the streak? No, we cannot.
No way, Jose. All right.
All right, for the 100, can the left side break in?
Thank you.
Oh, whoops. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to hand it off to you anyway. For $100. 193996. 99. There we go. Congratulations, left side, from our perspective. You got that one? All right then. Yeah, Tony. Before we move into the new venture category here.
Just something to think about is that we see startup companies all the time. Ed sees them in his line of work with the Angel Club. The Angel Club is a group that gives you seed money to start your business, and then if it goes the way they think it will, then they may invest a lot more money later on. But what the experience that you all are getting, I'm talking to all the students out here now, and even the adults that may have this great idea that you want to put together in a business of your own. This is so very, very important. because when you go to find that money to make this business work, whether it's a bank for a loan, or if it's to the Angel Club or venture capitalist, first thing they want to know is, how are you going to pay me back? And that's what your business plan is telling you. It's telling everybody. It's in black and white. Right here, you can see, here's all the customers I'm going after, how I'm going to get them. This is what we expect to do. So really, take this and just keep it in your brain, because at some point in time, you're going to be in that position, and it's going to come back to you.
All right, thank you, Tony. Let's move on to the new venture portion of our program this evening, and we will start off with the Safelet. We have a four-person group with this one.
Hello, we are Safelet, and we are here to help ensure you peace of mind. You know the feeling you get when you're walking to your front door late at night and for some reason you just feel vulnerable? You frantically dig for your keys, trying to get into your house to stop that feeling. With the Safelet bracelet, we can eliminate that feeling of vulnerability. With a simple touch of your fingers, you are in your house in a matter of seconds. The Safelet, ensuring peace of mind.
Twenty-three percent of all assaults on women occur at the entryway of their home. Why is that? It's because we're rummaging through our purses and our bags looking for our keys. This means our attention is not on who or what is behind us. This leaves us vulnerable. Our product, the Safelet bracelet, ensures quick and safe entry into your home. One unique aspect of our bracelet is fingerprint scanners. Use your thumb to unlock your door and your pointer finger to relock it. This also ensures that you and only you have access to your bracelet and to your house locks. After the fingerprint scanner recognizes your fingerprints, a Bluetooth chip sends a signal to a corresponding sensor in your lock, which unlocks your door. But where does this technology come from? Through a sales pitch and some negotiating, we would partner with either Kwikset or Sledge. These are the two largest lock makers on the market. If we would partner with just one of them, we would have major access to the lock market. Also, both of these companies have innovative lock technology that incorporates Bluetooth sensor, which is what our bracelet also incorporates. Looking into the future, we can see our bracelet going into schools, hotels, and cars. Thank you.
All right, 3 minutes for questions.
Do you know of any other products like this on the market?
So I know at Walt Disney World, they have a little band that is connected to your credit card, and it also gets you through the park for Fast Pass, and you just scan it. I know we saw a commercial the other day, I think it was for Hyundai. They spoke into their bracelet, and they said, start the car, and it started their car. We were unaware of that. Like, we had this idea before that commercial came out, which is interesting to see that we're going in the right direction.
There's also a tremendous amount of research and development going into this particular piece of technology related to firearms and to have a safe shoot scenario. So it's something that is obviously gaining some momentum, and exciting to see that you've come up with it.
Thank you.
Along those lines, in the cost structure, you talk about hiring an engineer or a designer. I mean, is this something that is a long-term cost? You plan on having someone of that caliber in this particular arena for an extended period of time? Is it someone who you will just have brought on early on, or is this something that you will continue to develop in terms of technology and will need to have them on staff and spend that amount of cash in your budget?
I definitely think we should keep one on. I think continuing to develop our product is something that would keep us ahead of the market and keep people coming back to our product over and over. So yes, I definitely think we would keep a designer and engineer on our cost structure.
and just modifying it to fit the market as well as the market changes, just modifying that bracelet so that way we're always staying up to date and everyone still would want to pick it up and get it.
Very good.
Is this something that needs to be done at the manufacturer, or can it be a consumer add-on to a product that I've already got at my house?
We would go through a manufacturer.
Still have about 30 seconds for questions. If not,
What,
I'm sorry, Sherry, go ahead.
what negatives do you find in the product that maybe women might not wear or men might not wear the product?
Most likely the design. They probably would find it too clunky, which is why we would keep a designer with us to constantly come up with new designs and, that woman would want to wear. We could probably glitz it up a little bit, make it attractive to women, or have some, a leather band on it, for attractive to men.
All right, the Safelet. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Our next presentation in the new venture category will be for Outdoor Port.
Hello, let me introduce you to Outdoor Port, an e-commerce site strictly for hunters and fishermen. So currently in the US, there are 63 million individuals who participate in hunting or fishing of some sort. In Ohio, there are 405,000 people. So the problem with this is that right now there is no e-commerce site that caters specifically to that market. You have Amazon and eBay, who are international entities, and they have categories but do not market specifically to an industry. So we're going to solve that problem. The other issue is ease of use. Right now, if you want to search something on Amazon or eBay, you have to click a specific box and it does the work for you. What we're going to offer is a chat room that people can access and utilize. The other thing is efficiency. Right now, if I were to go to Amazon and search camouflage backpack, a pink camouflage backpack would probably come up first. And for hunters and fishermen, that's a problem. So our chat room is going to be run by Live Chat Ltd., a corporation that you'll find in the pamphlet there. And they take care of all of the chat room services for us. If you want to go on and sell something, you can talk to them, tell them the specific details of your item, and they will list it for you. If you want to buy an item, you go onto the chat room, tell them what you're looking for, brand, number of products, style, and they'll find it for you. So there's no clicking buttons. The chat room takes care of it for you. Again, my network, already in existence because of my involvement in the outdoor industry, helps me to have businesses with new products that are already ready to list items for sale on this website. The plan comes in where we have outside sources who take care of all of the services for us, and then our job is to run the inside and outside sales. With this plan, we have in fiscal year 17 a 17% net profit, in fiscal year 18 a 30% net profit, and in fiscal year 19 a 34% net profit. Those also include the addition of an additional staff member to help us with our sales. Outdoor Port. We're going to offer advertisements so people can sell their products or put advertisements on our website. In addition to that, I know businesses all across the country who have new innovative ideas, new products in the outdoor hunting fishing industry that are already willing to post the item for sale. Other than that, it is our job to make phone calls, emails, go door to door to advertise for the site and its services so that people get on and use it.
So give me an example of an advertiser.
An advertiser would be, let's say, Chaos Game Calls. They make turkey hunting calls. They're out of Kentucky. They could pay for advertising space. They could sell their products on the website, and then their advertising space also draws more people to purchase their items.
So if they have an advertisement, do I click on their advertisement and go to their website then?
you could potentially set it up that way. The endless possibilities are there because it's an internet site. So.
So is this a consignment business, or is this where you are purchasing the products and reselling them? I'm not following completely.
So we would not take care of purchasing any products. It would be simply if someone wants to sell a new or used item, they can post it, someone else can get on and purchase that item. So it's similar to like a Craigslist, an eBay, or an Amazon.
So if I have a bunch of antique bamboo fly rods, would this be a platform from which I might try and sell those? Is that what you're looking at?
Definitely. That's something that is not necessarily searched on Amazon because their market isn't specific to people with those needs. So that's what we're trying to combat and offer with Outdoor Port.
All right, if there are no more questions, we'll keep moving. Thank you very much, Jake. Outdoor Port.
Thank you once again. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Jake, I know, is getting ready to graduate, so take back those pink camouflage backpacks. If you got that, you'll have to exchange that. Let's move now to Horse Connect for our new venture section.
Test. Oh, good. There are 6.9 million horses in the United States, and 2 million people own those horses. Unfortunately, 85% of horse owners do not have access to a knowledgeable horse trainer. On a side note, something that I've learned through my 4 years here, my 2 internships and multiple jobs, is that there's a severe communication problem in the horse industry. My solution is Horse Connect. Horse owners who join my service would type keywords into a database, and through that database, it would match them with a horse trainer who would serve their needs. My website could also give people information who are looking for training, boarding, lessons, as well as jobs. They could also use my website. Here, take a look. Just a rough sketch of what I wanted it to look like. The 4 main tabs across the top: training, boarding, lessons, and jobs. On the left, you would have a tab for your profile when you log on. You would also have a search bar there. On the right, I would have a running news feed of current events such as upcoming shows. Could have news articles from Horse and Rider magazine, which is a popular magazine, leading sires, as well as results from shows in the past. Now, the 3 sponsors on the top would be a direct link to their website. So anyone who would click on that link, it would take them to that sponsor's website. Please understand that my inspiration for this came from graduates from this university who would graduate with a degree in horse training. I would really like to have this Horse Connect be something I could give back to the program that has had such a major impact on my life. Thank you.
3 minutes for questions.
So one of your key partners is the AQHA. How do you feel they'll fit into this prospect, and do they have something that's similar already to be able to connect with horse folk?
They do. They have a list called Find My Trainer, and it just goes as far as lists all of the trainers that have registered with them and their location. It has a link to their main website, whereas my website, horse owners can type in keywords and it would match them with a knowledgeable horse trainer who would better fit their needs. As far as AQHA goes, I think if I had their backing and their support, they're one of the largest breed registries and they're growing very quickly in the United States as well as internationally. If I had their backing, I believe that I could have a lot of traffic on this website, a lot of support.
Thank you. Quick question.
As you know, there are probably good trainers and bad trainers out there. How will you filter the good from the bad?
So I would have myself and a team of people, we would go through and we would rate them based on their experience in the past and what they've done in the present. And I would like to go through, have AQHA pay me and my associates to rate those trainers. Any
Time
other
for more questions? All right. Thank you very much, Horse Connect.
Thank you.
All right, and that brings us to diesel mats.
Check. Hello, my name is Dimitri Davidson, and my product is diesel mats. Have you ever had trouble starting your diesel vehicle in the cold weather? This is commonly an issue because people forget to plug them in. What if I told you I could save you the hassle of having to plug them in or being late to work or any reasons that it would cause you? My product is diesel mats. Diesel mats consist of a box that could be placed of your liking, but I would recommend the frame of the vehicle. The box has a coil transmitter in it that would receive a signal from the mat, which in turn, the box would create a power to your existing heater core to keep it warm when the vehicle is over top of the mat at any time. The mat is plugged into a thermostat regulator so that when the weather comes to a certain temperature, it'll kick on so you can save energy. And the mats will be able to plug in multiple mats for your fleets of trucks or what have you. And it's my product, diesel mats. Thank you.
Okay, we have 3 minutes for questions. Sherry, anything on this one?
We yield the balance of our time to Sherry.
Well, if you would come out to our lot, you would see all of our trucks plugged in during the wintertime, during severe weather and when it gets down to a certain degree. But there's always precautions to that as well. Is there any concern as to the extension for electricity? How do we get electricity to the mat?
Well, you'd take your first mat and plug it into an outlet, but first you'd plug it into the thermostat regulator so you can have the desired temperature set. And then you can plug the mats, multiple mats in as far as you would desire. And the energy would just be a simple outlet, maybe from your building, or if you decide to put one, you could run underground and then put your own post.
Will your device have a warranty if it doesn't work?
I haven't thought about that, but yes, that's something I would incorporate into it.
Will you service the product?
Yes, there'll be, during the times of the operation when the business is open, it'll just have a basic service line starting in the beginning, but hopefully grow to have a 24-hour service line for assistance. And then there's always the alternative of just plugging it in if it comes to that.
As you produce these items, does the cost reduce, or will they pretty much stay the same?
The cost would reduce maybe slightly as you produce more and more and grow and purchase more raw materials at a lower price in bulk.
Does the engine have to be in certain depth to the mat, or because of different vehicles or different heights?
Yes. It would be required that you have the mat and the box should be at least around 3 feet for the signal to work properly to get the required energy flow.
And what's your background in diesel or interest in diesel machines? I might want to hire you.
Answer this very carefully.
Well, growing up, my uncle had a trucking company, and I always work around there over the summers and such, and when I have time. And my father owns 2 semis I work on throughout the years, and I myself have a diesel vehicle, and I'm a farmer, so I run into this problem all the time.
A student after my own heart.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Dimitri.
Bravo. Nice job.
All right, our judges are going to be tallying their votes. We're going to take a brief 5-minute intermission. So if you want to get up, stretch, if you want to go to the restroom, you've got time. And then about 5 to 10 minutes, we'll come back for the conclusion of our program. All right, we are just about ready to start announcing our winners. But before we do that, we have several thank yous. The Garner Endowment for Innovation. Sherry, thank you very much. It's a large part of making this possible this evening. Romark LLC for the trophies that we'll be presenting here this evening. President Fell and the senior administration for making this possible. Of course, Dr. Fell will be announcing the winners here shortly. Of course, all the members of the university's support units for helping out tonight. Natalie Fitro, Kathy Madrid, and the COB faculty, thank you very much. And of course, a big thank you to our judges. Where'd Tony run off to? Oh, we'll get Tony back. All right. With that said, let's bring up Dr. Fell, and I believe we're just about ready here to go through our first round of winners. We'll be bringing them up by category and going fourth through first place. What? As they're getting the checks, we get the big ceremonial checks that you want to take to the bank in cash, but they're not legit. We've got those coming here in just a second. But before we bring those out, what are your thoughts on seeing what your students here at the university have been able to present tonight?
I am very proud of our students, of course, and I think it takes a lot of courage and confidence to present a brand new idea, not knowing whether people are going to find it palatable or crazy. And I hope University of Findlay students know it doesn't matter. You try anyway. So thank you for your good work. I think you're all winners, and I love seeing you dressed up.
And it looks like the first round is coming up. I believe this will be the small business category. Easy there. He actually had to sign off on all these checks back there, so.
All right, let me hold it. I need a speaker.
There, I'll
yeah,
give
here we
you
go.
that.
Hey, good man. All right, in fourth place, small business category, the winner is the Woolen Wagon. What?
You just had a Steve Harvey.
Isn't that what I said?
You said the winner.
The fourth place winner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The fourth place winner.
Fourth place.
Hey, listen.
I've been up since 3 this morning. I apologize. I'll just be over here holding these.
All right, I always depend on the media to get it right. All right. Also in the small business category, third place goes to Everlasting Video. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, I want to make sure he gave you the right one.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Way to go, Jake. All right. Second place, small business, goes to the Beauty Bus. Hey, congratulations. You are beautiful. Congratulations. And first place, small business, goes to Hot Spot Pizza Shop. Congratulations, ladies.
Do you want to interview me now?
No.
No? All right. That will bring us to the community outreach winners and a fresh batch of checks coming through. Thank you very much. I won't interrupt you this time.
Thank you so much. Third place for community outreach goes to Solar Sustenance for $500. Gentlemen, good job. Congratulations. Let's get our picture made. Looking good. Congratulations. Community outreach, second place for $1,000 goes to UFoods. Will you deliver across the street? Will you deliver across the street? Okay. Very, very good. All right, first place for community outreach for $2,500 goes to Findlay Block Party. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. And, okay, tied for fourth place community outreach. I can't read. Tied for fourth place in community outreach are commitment to veterans and Resolve Health and Fitness. Commitment to veterans, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And Resolve Health and Fitness. Oh. Congratulations.
And it sounds like our last batch of checks are being printed up right now as we get ready to move into the new venture category here. Again, thank you all for coming out here this evening as well. I know a lot of parents in the audience who probably made a little bit of a trip here to get here tonight. Had some nice weather for that. Judges, anything else you want to add before we head into the home stretch here? Dr. Fell says no.
I'll add something. I see multiple times a year individuals, seasoned individuals, presenting investment opportunities to our group and to myself. And one thing I was most impressed by was the poise and the confidence that the students portrayed up here when they were giving their presentations, like they were experts themselves. So if you're just into the school and you're getting ready to graduate and you have that much composure on stage, you guys are going to do great. Great job in your presentations tonight.
Yeah, very good.
These are all in the new venture category. And in fourth place for $250, we will go to Diesel Mats. Congratulations. Good job, good job. And in third place for new ventures, Horse Connect for $500. Congratulations. And in new venture, second place for $1,000, Outdoor Port. Congratulations. And first place in new venture, the SafeLet. As you wish. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
And we have an overall winner. It appears that it's been very close in the voting.
The overall winner by 1 point. Is that correct? The overall winner, let me make sure, I don't want to make that mistake, to be at the Miss America contest, right?
No, Steve Harvey.
I didn't want to do that. All right, the overall winner is the Hot Spot Pizza Shop. You're welcome. You bet. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Fell. Thanks again for coming out. Have about one more round of applause for all of our contestants here tonight. Thank you for coming out. Everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you next year.